I read somewhere that the Indian H1B software engineers in America feel insulted that they're being described as cheap labor. Somebody complained about a video I had done earlier. I want to apologize, but cheap, the meaning of the word cheap, it's used in two different ways. One is cheap, meaning low quality. The other cheap is of low price. Not all low price stuff is bad. Like if you say the food is cheaper if you make it at home doesn't mean that the home food is of low quality. In fact, it's high quality, right? As likewise, if you say the flight tickets are cheaper in October, it doesn't mean that the flight is of any lower quality than high price flight tickets, right? So that's what it is. A fact that Indian software engineers are paid less than their American counterparts, right? You agree? I'm not sure if the word labor is also insulting to them, but you shouldn't feel bad about, being called labor. Labor merely means work. There's like high-priced labor, there's low-priced labor. Even somebody who makes the 300K a year, a senior analyst or somebody, he is still a labor. The only difference is intellectual labor and manual labor. Manual labor is like physical labor, like construction workers or something. But even then, you should not, feel insulted because there is this concept of, dignity of labor. If you feel insulted about being equated to physical laborers, then how should physical laborers feel about it? All labor is worth, and it should be respected, you know. The cheapness, you should be angry at those who created this type of situation, the people who are paying you cheaper wages, not at people who are describing you as such. H1B visa holders also feel insulted that they're being called indentured laborers. Indentured laborers also, they were on a contract and they were exploited, and that was their situation, and they were called indentured laborers. And indenturedness is embedded in H1B visa. So if you're being described as indentured laborers, because that is how the situation is, and if you use the word indentured, it brings out the unfairness of it. That's what it means by indentured workers. I don't know, maybe some bigoted Americans use these words, cheap labor and indentured laborers, in an insulting way, but it's not necessarily insulting, and I'm not using it. In an interview with NBC, an Indian H1B software engineer complained that he feels insulted that Indians are being called invaders. Yes, one should be angry about that because, you know, Indians come here because the life is better, and the life is better here and not so good in India because America robs India. It steals the resources there. It makes India impoverished. And that's the only reason that Indians come here seeking a good, better life. Countries like America, for example, France, Germany, Britain, and Japan, they rob India all the time. They take from India. They just help themselves whatever India has. They twist the arm of countries like India. They just steal and loot countries like India. So that is why standard of living is bad in India, and that is the reason Indians go anywhere in the world, everywhere in the world where where they're offered jobs. It's not like Indians are invading America. America is coming and inviting them. And how is that invading? If India is allowed to enjoy its resources, if India is allowed to develop, if America and countries like it stop robbing countries like India, then there's no reason for Indians to come and steal jobs or invade America. You know, what power do they have to invade? Do they have military power to invade America? Do they have any other kind of power that they can invade in America? How can Indian workers be called invaders? Think about it, Americans.